News with Jess Lujan.
Senator McCreadie is my guest this evening. We've been talking about Bill 6-32 and also the monies that were appropriated or going to the Municipal Planning Council as compact impact funds for the restoration.
I think it's a grant.
It's a grant money, okay. For the sports facilities administration for the 19 municipalities. You also wrote a letter, you had a meeting as well by yourself with JIGPO as
Yes.
well as meeting with Senator Barnes
Yes.
regarding the concern about closing the Navy Golf Course. You wrote a letter to the Admiral. Tell us the context.
Yes, I wrote a letter today to the Admiral. I think you have it.
Yep.
And it just briefly states how important that golf course is to the island. Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Junior golf, high school golf. That's very important aspects of this community that rely on the golf course. So my letter was just stating that is there any way that we can come to the table and reconsider closing the golf course for the sake of the youth and the community, and if we can, we're open to discussion on that. So it's very important to me. That's what one of my platform was advocating for the youth. And so we had a meeting at Senator Barnes' office with a few golfers who had some personal stake in it, and they agreed that this is a very important issue.
Now, is this a part in your meeting with JIGPO? Is this part of the sequestration?
No, JIGPO. When I brought it up, and we had a 3-hour meeting, and I brought it up probably 3 or 4 times. As you know, in the SEIS, that's a cantonment part of housing, the golf course. But if they don't use it as housing, what are they going to do with it? And if they're not going to do anything with it from now until the record of decision is set for 2015, I believe, early 2015. Then let's consider keeping it open for the community and our youth.
So it's not a part of the sequestration. It's basically a part of maybe the SEIS, basically as a part of a housing site, possible housing site to build within their footprint of the federal properties, right? Okay, so that being said, numbers have diminished. Looks like they're going to be building, if they do, it'll be barracks basically, because this will be rotated out. There'll be 500 or 5,000 in a constant rotation, I guess.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months. So they'll be housed in basically dorms, basically. Yeah, and possibly not outside of the fence at this point. So it's not a funding issue then, basically.
Well,
kind of, sort of, maybe.
The issue behind why they're closing. Or why they're proposing to close on February 10th, and that's the last scheduled tee time, is February the 10th. But I believe they had said that they were losing money, and that was the reasoning behind closing the golf course. So, I mean, is it a viable reason to close a business? Of course. But is there a way that we can facilitate keeping the golf course open with maybe new management, or not that the management is doing a bad job right now, but maybe something that generates more revenue. I was told that if you fix those greens there, that would take care of all the problems.
There we go.
So there's a solution.
There we go.
So that's all I want. That's all I want to have dialogue with them and possibly kind of curtail this.
There we go. Hey, anyway, thank you very much for coming in here. You know what? I'm going to bring something up, but we'll do it probably in the next show.
Sure.
Because there were a couple campaign promises that you made.
Sure.
And I'm watching out.
And I'm watching out. That you personally have interest in.
Yeah. And I'm watching out. Okay.
Yes.
And you got 2 weeks.
Yes.
So I'm giving you another 2 weeks.
No problem. No problem. Thank you very much. I would like you and the people of Guam to have a sense of urgency with not just the new candidates, but the incumbents, and hold us to our promises. And if we do not fulfill our commitments, then get rid of us.
There we go.
Thank you.
Well said. Join me tomorrow morning on The Buzz, Isla 63, your tomorrow radio station. We'll talk more about Senator McCreadie, his bill, and again, I tell you what, we'll talk about a couple of the promises made, right, and see if he's going to